touching with the focus and with the cam. So I work more in this area but it's the same way that I was working in the last few years. And I don't know which the other riders work during the winter, no, but it's not my problem. I just focus in myself and I try to improve myself and try to be better rider than last season. No, last season was really well, but you know, I know that I did some mistakes. Maybe some of them you can see, but some others you cannot. But I know, so I try to improve in those areas that last season I struggled more. No, so yeah, we'll see. But you know, first thing and important thing is the feeling you have with the bike. We had a new Panigale before. Let's see how it's working. No, I don't expect big change, but at the same way you have to work well during the winter test and try to arrive to the best possible for the first race in 1 month. So let's see if the winter test we can be competitive and have good feeling with the bike.
Are there any particular areas on the bike that you want to improve?
Well, we struggle always on the turning area, especially without gas, because the bike is maybe more difficult to make it turn without gas, and you have to use the rear spin to make the bike turn, no? But in some corners that you cannot use it, it's difficult to be fast. And for sure, in other areas, the combination, the bike and me, maybe we have some more problem than others, but in other areas we can be more competitive, no? So, but what I say, I don't expect a big change on the bike, no? Maybe a bit more smooth engine character. Yeah, let's see, but I will be surprised if we can make big step in those areas. I don't expect that. So let's see after we have some tests.
Thank you.
Ciao Alvaro. Michele just mentioned that he changed already, and he's using the same method as you and Dovi. And of course, I think that it means that Biotecna and Dario Bosquero that help you, and he will help him also. In which way this thing is helping you, and are you afraid that with this collaboration of Biotecna with Michele, he will steal some of your secrets?
Well, Dario with Biotecna helped me a lot because they discovered me a different way to see the things, no, the races, and to approach the racing. It allowed me to be like more focused, more ready, and more precise on not only on the riding but also working with the team at home. So to be more focused on what I want, no? So for sure I feel really well working with Biotecna. I know that other riders start to work with them, but not many of them keep this consistency and keep this working, no? And they just give up. I like this way to do the things. For me, it's really well and very helpfully for me, no? Michael learned a lot from me last season, and he wanted to try this kind of training. At the moment, he's just a couple of months that he's training it this way, and let's see when the races start. And you know, it's not easy, no, and not for everybody is working at the same level, no. So for sure, Michael have a really good talent. Last season he was very strong. He was the first after hour 3. I think if he can improve a little bit his way to approach the weekend and to work a bit better on the practice, he can reach the podiums or the victory in the races, because he have a good bike, he have a good talent, and he can go fast. The problem is the consistency, and now if he's working like more or less like me, he can improve a lot. But let's see if he can keep the pressure to be consistent day by day, no?
Thank you.
Hola Alvaro. You've been a top MotoGP rider, and when we ask Pecco or Johan Zarco when they train on their V4S Panigale, they are already impressed by the performance of the bike. You have the Air official Superbike. How close is this bike to the MotoGP bikes you used to ride, and are you impressed by the global level of performance in Superbike nowadays? Thank you.
So the difference between my bike and the MotoGP bike, yeah, is very big. I mean, the first time I tried the Superbike, I felt less power. I felt the brakes different, because with the carbon brakes you can stop much better the bike, and also the stability. For me, the MotoGP bike seems like it's on the rail and it doesn't move. This bike, you have to dance with the bike in all the areas, no, entering the corner, mid corner, exiting from the corner. So you have to be like more relaxed with the bike and just leave the bike move, because if you try to be like a MotoGP bike, it's worse, because you make more stress and the bike have more movement, no? So it's a completely different bike. You know, this is a bike that is built to use in all the circumstances, for the road, for the circuit, but MotoGP is only a prototype just for the circuit. So you have very good stability, and it's different. Also the engine is much powerful. So yeah, a lot of different, no? But sincerely, our bike that we use in the World Superbike is very close to the road bike that the people can buy, no? I mean, I tried the road bike, and for me it's very similar. Brakes are very similar, engine power is very close, so there's no big difference. For me, the only difference that I can feel with both bikes is that because I'm very small, I have a different fuel tank in my bike, is smaller, and in the road bike for me it's too big, no? But about performance of the engine and the rest is very close.
Hi Alvaro. How has your mindset kind of changed heading into this season? Now you're a champion. Do you feel like there's a little bit less pressure on your shoulders, and does that help you out a little bit?
Well, at the moment I don't feel that pressure, no? Because it's some years ago that I don't know if because I'm a bit older compared to the riders, but my mentality now is not looking forward for a result. For me, it's more important just to spend the time with the bike, to have fun. I mean, my target is just trying the best I can to, when I ride the bike, to be at best possible, about physically, mentality, just to have fun and try to enjoy, you know. Yeah, right now my mentality is just try to have this feeling, no, to have to find for the good performance and try to find for a good riding, to have fun with the bike more than the result, no, because at the end the result is just a consequence of the work, of the feeling, of the motivation you have, no? So right now I don't feel the pressure to have to win, no? I have right now I feel that I wanted to ride the bike because it's 2 months that I cannot ride the Superbike bike, and I want to recover the good feeling with the bike and try to start the race and try to enjoy every battles that I have with the other riders.
Ciao Alberto, te lo faccio in italiano, se vuoi puoi rispondere anche in inglese. Si era parlato tanto della riduzione del peso, per fortuna dal tuo punto di vista non cambia, e quindi pensi che i rivali si lamenteranno? Sarà una questione di nuovo tutto l'anno su questa storia?
Well, now that I cut my hair, I have less weight. No, I think, yeah, it's what I said always. For me, with this kind of bike, with this weight, this 168 kilos of the bike, and with this power, I don't think that to reduce to increase the weight of the bike is a good solution, no? Because, for example, in case of crash, when you have more weight on the bike, you need more time or more space to make the bike stop. In many tracks, we are in the limit on the run-off area. So, for sure, for the safety, if you increase the weight of the bike, you have to modify it also in many places the run-off area to have more safe, no? So first thing is that, and the other thing is that, for example, with the light riders, for sure, a light rider have some advantage that maybe they say easy to see on the straight, but I don't think that all is for the weight, it's for the aerodynamic as well, because I'm coming from the 2-stroke bike with the 125 was very important aerodynamic, and I worked really well to have a good position on the bike. That I think is more important that the weight to make some top speed. But in other areas, the light rider have problems. But at the end, if you want to compensate, at the end to a light rider, if you put some extra weight on the bike, you are take out the advantage, but you are increasing his disadvantage. So at the end, you are not doing a correct weight on the balance, no? Because light rider have advantage and then disadvantage. But if you just cut the advantage, you only have disadvantage, no? So at the end, even for that, I think it's not fair, no? Anyway, I'm not the person who has to make the rules. So at the end, you have to adapt all to the rules, no? So yeah, for me, it's not a problem, but it's not fair to put more weight on the bikes.
Hi Alvaro. Obviously, you've raced in MotoGP for a long time. You've raced in Superbikes for a long time. You're used to the Superpole race in Superbikes. So I'm interested in your opinion of the sprint race in MotoGP. How do you think it will affect the racing, the championship, and how do you prepare for it?
Yeah, for sure. It will change the championship because they have the double of races in the championship, no? Well, it's more or less what Michael said before. It's a chance for the rider who struggle in the long race for the tire consumption, for the tire of the body or mentality, no? It's an opportunity for that kind of rider. For sure will be different approach for the race because you have to push from the beginning without carrying the tires, no? For sure, in my case, it's not easy because I struggle a little bit to put some some weight on the tires and to get more temperature, especially in the first few laps. And if you lose a few laps at the beginning, then it's difficult to recover, no? So I think many riders we have this problem in those races, but other riders we have some advantage, no? So at the end, for sure from the outside will be more interesting and better. For the rider, they have to understand how to approach or how to manage these kind of races, no? And let's see when it starts, and let's see how it's going, and then they have to adapt to these different races.
Facciamo le ultime due domande in italiano, poi lasciamo spazio a Pecco e Nea che stanno arrivando.
Alvaro, tu quest'anno avrai una moto che è un'evoluzione di quella dell'anno scorso, quindi hai solo certezze o hai anche qualche dubbio su quello che ti potrà dare questa nuova moto? E il mondiale lo vedi tra voi tre ancora o pensi che potrebbe esserci qualche new entry che viene a giocarsi il titolo?
Bueno, sempre quando c'è una moto nuova non vuole dire che sia meglio, però in questo caso credo che è una evoluzione un po' piccola, nel senso che in questo campionato non puoi fare grandi modifiche perché la moto deve essere derivata da quella di serie, no? Allora con questo modello abbiamo cercato di cambiare un po' i piccoli dettagli che volevamo cambiare nell'altra moto che non potevamo farla. Allora non mi aspetto che va o molto meglio o molto peggio, no? Sarà una cosa molto simile, spero che mi trovo anche un pelino meglio, no? Però vediamo, quello prima dei primi test è difficile capire, no? Sinceramente non mi aspetto grandi cambiamenti, no? E poi per il campionato chiaramente saremo noi tre. Credo che il prossimo anno, quest'anno, Toprak sarà il pilota più difficile perché da battere, perché è un pilota che è più giovane di Jonathan e di me, è un pilota che sta in crescita, che ha molto talento e sicuramente quest'anno sarà più competitivo. L'anno scorso ha faticato un po' all'inizio dell'anno e poi è andato molto forte, no? Quest'anno credo che partirà molto meglio, allora sarà difficile, ma anche dobbiamo vedere i piloti che arrivano come Petrucci che viene da un altro campionato, come Gardner che viene della MotoGP, come Agerte che ha vinto 2 volte il Super Sport, Baldassarri, no? Vediamo anche altri piloti, no? E anche piloti che ci sono già come Michael, che credo che può dare un passo in avanti, però alla fine sinceramente io mi centro in me stesso, cerco di migliorare ancora, credo che posso essere ancora un po' meglio dell'anno scorso e cercare di farlo, no? Poi vediamo cosa riusciamo a fare. A Gigi, a Claudio, Paolo, abbiamo parlato tutti e mi piacerebbe fare qualche test con loro, ma solo per avere la sensazione della GP, no? La potenza, per il carbonio, e poi visto da fuori almeno sembra una moto non facile ma divertente, no? Che tutti più o meno vanno forte e dai, mi piacerebbe ritrovarmi con queste sensazioni, fare qualche giorno di test con loro.
Posso un'altra? No, ultima, poi qua dobbiamo andare via.
E per quanto riguarda il numero 1, per caso ti sei confrontato anche con Bagnaia o no?
No, veramente io l'avevo deciso prima di lui, perché lui l'ha deciso proprio la settimana scorsa quando abbiamo fatto il shooting per questa presentazione, ma io l'avevo scelto la settimana ancora prima, no? Perché dai, un numero importante, un numero che non puoi scegliere, che deve guadagnare. Allora dai, una stramotivazione, una sfida personale molto bella per questa nuova stagione.